Thank you. Please be seated. I'd like to call up Dean and Guy for the prefect joke of the day.
Prefect joke of the day is,
What do you call two larger people having a chat? A heavy discussion.
So before we explain anything or talk about what we're doing this morning, I'm going to ask for 4 volunteers from the crowd, please. So Dean and Guy are going to come around and pick them real quick. So put your hands up if you want to. Oh, yeah, for a trivia. I'll say at the end. Hey, buddy. Yeah, I know. Wait, what do we... Don't look at the question. No, what do you need to do? You guys are... Hey, where are the... Yeah, you guys are. All right, so Dean, Guy, Naya, and James are going to be the buzzers. So can we just test them out real quick? So Annika, can you hit Guy really hard on the head? Demir? Caillou? Yeah. All right, first question. Who has been to the Olympics for volleyball and now coaches at Shawnigan? Demir?
Tyler Leibel's mom.
Correct. Next question. Which Shawnigan French teacher represented Scotland in university as a loose head prop? Okay, I'll give you some choices. Mr. Robertson, Mr. Doyle, Mr. Lynn, and Mr. CB.
Mr. Doyle?
No. And oh, tight head. Never mind. Tight head prop. Not that it really matters to you guys.
Mr. Lynn.
Yes, correct, Caillou. It's Mr. Lynn. Okay, next question. How many championships has the varsity hockey team won? Come on. Annika? 0? No. That's the prep team. 2. Yeah. Demir's correct. Jesus. Okay, next question. How many years ago did the senior girls field hockey team win the AAA provincials? Demir, no. Any guesses? Okay, I'll give you choices. 1 year ago, 3 years ago, Caillou?
3 years.
Correct. What female student from Shawnigan was called up to play for the national women's rugby team? Annika? Maggie. Correct. What Shawnigan teacher went to the Olympic trials for swimming? Demir? Correct. All right, so last one here. Who is the new addition to the soccer coaching staff and has played in the Professional Scottish Football League? The guy with the gnarly hair. Any guesses? Okay, choices. The Rev. Mr. Sturrock, and let's go with Mr. Brown. Okay, it's pretty obvious here. Okay, yeah. Yeah, correct. All right. That's all the questions for this morning. Yeah. So Demir got first place there. We got a prize for you after, Demir. We got a prize for you after. Okay, so if you haven't realized yet this morning, this chapel is mainly focused on the sports aspect of the school. And so us 5 prefects are the sports chapel prefects or sports prefects for this year. So with that, I would like to invite up Dino to say a few words.
Hello, everyone. My name is Dean, and I'm one of the sports prefects for the year, and I'm here to talk about my experiences as an athlete. For me, athletics has been my entire life. I mean, like, literally my whole life. It's long before I ever heard of the name of Shawnigan. I spent most of my days out in the field playing football or just playing any kind of sport. It took me 8 different sports that I played competitively before I was actually able to figure out what I wanted to do. Some of these sports included hockey, football, baseball, basketball, track and field, rugby, handball, field hockey, and many, many others that I probably can't remember off the top of my head. When I finally came to Shawnigan, that's when I decided on what sport I really wanted to play, which is rugby for me. And I know that for a lot of you, this takes time. It took me a long time to figure out what I wanted to do, and that's what our goal is as the sport prefects this year, is to help you figure out what sport you want to do if you haven't figured it out yet. I understand that many of you may be more interested in academics, arts, and music, and it's more among your interests, and sports may not be, which is awesome, and I really would encourage you to keep doing those things and excel in them. However, even though sports may not be as much of enjoyment for you, I think that it shouldn't have to be something you dread. It should be something that you like going to at least relieve stress and get your mind off things, which I do think is like the true, like, the good thing about sports is you're able to express yourself in a different way than just writing it down on a piece of paper or just drawing out a picture. You're able to express yourself in, like, with your natural ability and your talent. So I think that's what we want to achieve as sport prefects, is to help students find their way and find their sport. I know it's going to take time for some of you, but I guarantee you it's going to be worth it. So I would like to now call up James.
Good morning, everyone. My name is James, and I'm here to talk about my sporting experiences at Shawnigan. Sport has taught me so many different life lessons. The most important thing I learned is that it's okay to make mistakes. No matter if it's a drop ball in practice or a missed tackle that loses a game, you cannot improve as a player or as a person without these mistakes. Rugby has allowed me to travel places all over Canada and the world, and I'm only 17. One of my favorite Shawnigan memories to date was the first time I rounded the tunnel with the first 15 last year. Seeing so many friendly faces clapping and cheering you on was so surreal, and it's something I will never forget. The power behind the support of your peers is often underestimated. Yes, our goal this year as sports prefect is to create many fun activities to keep everyone active, but it's also our main goal to create more memorable experiences for our athletes.
Hi, I'm Naya, and I'm also one of the sport prefects for this year. I want to chat with you about why you should take sports and your health and wellness seriously. I love all sports, especially soccer, field hockey, and running. Research shows sports improve concentration, reduce anxiety and stress, improve sleep, and boost self-confidence. Sounds to me like we should just be playing sport outside all day instead of studying so much. Who's with me? Everything needs balance. We are so busy here at Shawnigan, and physical activity is a crucial part of our daily lives. So if you're feeling tired or stressed one afternoon and you're thinking about taking a nap, try doing something active instead. I'm sure you'll feel much better and more mentally alert afterwards. Physical activity and keeping your body healthy is an investment in your future being. Make that investment. Try a new sport and don't worry about the score. Just remember that your body and mind win every time. If you have any questions about sports, please search out myself, Ethan, Dean, James, or Guy. We are here for you, and we all want to see you succeed in your sports at Shawnigan. Thank you, and see you out on the field.
Yeah, just calling you out. Oh my God, we have a lot of papers here. Yeah, so to finish off, Guy's gonna just do some closing remarks.
Hello everyone. I'm Guy, and I'm the final member of this year's Sports Prefect. First of all, as you've heard it earlier, We'll try to do a few extra events so we can all try new things in a fun and supportive environment. What we have so far are dodgeball, ultimate frisbee, and capture the flag. If you have any suggestions, please feel free to see one of the prefects, the sport prefects, and talk about extra ideas. We'll be having a couple events in the months to come, so please show your support by going to those events and cheer for your peers. One of the big events coming up is the senior volleyball girls, so we're trying to get the whole school there to show the support. And once again, I really encourage that you put yourself out of your comfort zone, so you try new things. You never know when you find your passion. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, sports prefects. Now, what they forgot is that there's a black bag here and it's full of candy, and I can't take my eyes off it, right? It's got candy in here, and I know there's candy in there. Now, do you want this? You going to take the candy? I think he's going to share it. So thanks for that this morning, that little bit of a good message, but a bit of lighthearted as well. It's what we all need after gorging ourselves over the weekend in turkey and desserts that we didn't really need and all that kind of thing. So very appropriate, so thank you. Going to get you out of here fairly quickly. Just a couple of words from me. It's a busy month. October's always a busy month. We have Founders Day coming up, which is a big day for us. Various classes and alums coming back. We have this weekend the mini Model UN. So we'll have visitors to campus as well. We have the French exchange group coming in on Friday until the 23rd. So again, I'm just making you aware and asking you to do what you do so well, which is to welcome visitors and visiting groups into our midst and look after them. Particularly the French kids, right? Because remember, they have this barrier, and many of them will have a barrier where they're not very confident yet in their English. So the more you can go out of your comfort zone to engage them and be patient with them, the richer their experience. And then our group that goes there will hopefully get the same sort of approach. Just as we set on this busy month and the busy part of term, a couple of reminders. People ask us all the time, what do you do about cell phones at school, right? And it's a reminder for returning students. It's maybe a reminder for new students. But our cell phone use is all about respectful use of cell phones. So we're not expecting to see them being used. Now, again, like many Shawnigan procedures, you can say, well, how can you do that? How can you not walk on the grass and yet you can dance on it and lie on it and all that? There's a little bit of the elusive in our policy, but it's based on that. Let's see if we can use them discreetly and respectfully. So when you're in the middle of the quad and you're just standing there yakking away on your phone, you're just excluding the rest of the world. And that's not respectful. One of the things that I'm noticing more from my little vantage point is people walking along looking at this screen. See if you can avoid walking along looking at the screen, right? Because you're going to bump into something. So walking and checking and walking and texting is the equivalent of driving and texting. And you know where that's going. That doesn't go down very well at all. Mitchell Hall. Mitchell Hall is a beautiful hall, isn't it? It's a really nice hall, yeah? At the moment, I think it's only 11s and 12s that are using it. Is that right? Is that still right? How about if we include the grade 10s in that? Should we include the grade 10s in Mitchell Hall use? Grade 10s, are you willing to use Mitchell Hall? Okay, so we'll expand the use of Mitchell Hall to the grade 10s. But remember, in doing so, again, that's a very respectful place. It's beautifully furnished and it's beautifully kept. So let's keep it like that. No food and drink in Mitchell Hall. You can go to the Ritz for that. And I think, yeah, just as part of that busyness, our hockey girls, that would be field hockey and ice hockey, have both been busy this weekend. While some of you were relaxing, they were playing in tournaments. And they're both in tough this season. There's some good teams out there that they're playing against, but in both cases, they're developing their confidence and their teamwork and on the right track. So a little shout out to our field hockey girls and our ice hockey girls, please. Thank you. So thanks again to our sports prefects, or as Ethan calls them, the sports chapel prefects. Have a good day, everyone. Thanks.